Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Mourinho challenge. We're still with Atletico Madrid. We've had pre-season as well, so it's time to kind of show you what we've got up to. Now, we haven't signed many players. Looking at our transfer history, well, kind of looks like we haven't signed anyone, but we have at the end of last season. Carlos Gutierrez has gone out on loan. Jesus has been sold, wasn't really going to get into the team. We did sign, obviously, Carlos Alberto Malado from Chelsea. He was an early signing in the window. Very pacey winger, good crossing, good dribbling. Someone that can run at defenders, which is great. We've also brought in Harvey Barnes from Leicester, who we had at Leicester when we were there. He was very, very good there. And I think he's someone that we can really develop. You can see I've started to kind of train him into a left-back role. The reason for that is because we've gone for a new tactic. Now, the tactic is this. It's like a 4-1-4-1, but we've got inverted wing backs at right and left back, who the idea is that they tuck in when we go forward. So we've kind of got a 3 in midfield there. And then you've got the shadow striker and advanced playmaker further forward. And obviously the wingers keeping that width for us because we haven't got the fullbacks. So that's kind of the plan. It seems to have worked pretty well so far, because if we take a look at who we've played in friendlies and how that's gone, obviously an 8-1 win against Fleury 91 doesn't really count. Inverness we beat 4-1, and it slowly gets harder. We've got Anderlecht we beat 3-0, Leipzig we beat 3-1, Galatasaray 2-1, PSG, who's always an issue in these games, 1-0, Bayern 3-2, and we smashed Salzburg 5-0. We've got, what are they called? I can't remember their name. They're a massive... Bucharest. It says... yeah, FC Bucharest is who we've got in the Europa Conference League. The pathway to it, or whatever, the knockout rounds before we get into the group stage. So we've got those to play. But today we will be playing Mallorca. They're the team that I think we should be able to beat. It could set us up for a good season if we can use this formation to its maximum potential that we possibly got. So we've got... This is the lineup we're going for. We've got a Nico Mantle in goal. Wrench is at right back. Williams at left back. Cuenca and Maicon Fernando at the centre backs. Just in front of them in that box-to-box role, getting forward, back and forward, is Baturina. Then on the right, we've got Holgman Pedersen. Reason being, basically, Malado is out injured currently. He got a little bit of an injury during training, so he's out this week, but should be back no problem next time. Kiergaard is playing that shadow striker role. He's very good. Okay, his finishing's not great. So, in fact, we might swap them over as... I mean, to Cataler isn't much better, but he's a little bit better, and he can play as a striker. Harvey Barnes on the left, Janis Antiste on up top. Then we've got Lamar, Mahuku, Montgomery, Malaysia, and Mosquera on the bench. I think Malaysia, Montgomery, and Lamar are all going to be crucial in this formation as they can fill in quite a few roles going forward. So that's what we've got. That's how we're kind of playing at the moment. It seems to be working. So I'm hoping that continues, because things have been going very well in pre-season, but often things go well in pre-season and then they don't go so well in the real game. So we'll see how it goes in the league. But with that said, let's jump straight into it and see how we get on against Mallorca. So it's an early throw-in for Mallorca on this right-hand side. We're looking to get a bit of a press on them with the midfielders we've got there, but it's a good win by Cuenca. It falls to Antiste, who looks out wide to Holgman Pedersen, who's got that ball through to Cataler. There's plenty of players. See, this is the thing. There's so many players forward. Antiste probably should have scored there. I think it was offside, so wouldn't have counted. But, I mean, it's definitely something that he should have probably put away nonetheless. But he gets away with that one because he was offside anyway, so we won't think about that too much. Next time, be onside and score. That's pretty much it. Maicon Fernando, though, here he goes. Comes forward. Cuenca receiving it into Kiergaard. He looks inside to Williams. See, you see them tucking right in, supporting the midfielders as he's driving forward on the inside. Then you've got Barnes on the left-hand side here, getting wide. Plays it into Kiergaard, who's got that supporting run. He's going to be looking to play it back. Is that a penalty? It looks a bit harsh. It looks like Kiergaard went down really easily there. But it could very well be a penalty in the first 2 minutes of the game. And we could be on the up with this penalty. Is it going to... It's going to the VAR. It's got to be checked before they can confirm it. But it does look like it will be. There you go. It's a penalty for us. I mean, it'll be a great start to the game, great start to the season if we can get a goal here. Is Baturina, who steps up to the spot. I mean, keeper went the right way and it was close, but in the end, it's exactly what we needed. The young Martin Baturina getting a goal there. 3 minutes in, we've been looking very good in the first 3 minutes. Hopefully, we can use that and continue that sort of high form. I'm feeling very positive. The fact that we played some really good teams in pre-season and the changes to this the formation into this have really worked. Baturina hitting the bar there by the looks of it. It's played back. Cuenca with a shot. It's gone out wide to a homegrown Pedersen, who cuts back to Michael Fernando. Is he going to be able to lay it off? He does to Baturina. Can he get a yard? Not quite, as he has to lay it off again. Lozano comes in. Michael Fernando again, but not quite enough there to create an opportunity. But we're looking good. We're looking well on top. They've had one shot so far in the first 20 minutes, and it's not even on target. So we are looking very, very strong. We've got a couple of players on the bench that I think we can bring on as well. The guys I mentioned, the likes of Lamar. Also, we've obviously got Malaysia as well, who had his testimonial recently, and Montgomery as well. I think they're some of the guys that we can definitely be bringing on in the second half to kind of shore things up. But look at that. It is so dominant. We just got to make sure those dominant performances stay dominant and we make the most of them, because that is the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about, is kind of the finishing aspect. Janice isn't amazing at finishing. I mean, I don't really know who we've got. Is anyone like a really clinical striker? No. I've tried to look for someone, but they're just so expensive and we just don't have the money. But hopefully we can work this season, and then maybe next season, if we can, focus all our intent on getting a striker that can properly finish, especially as Janice can play anywhere behind. If this works, we've got something really positive to go through. But we'll leave it as it is. Lots of yellow cards, so we've got to be careful with the boys in there. But we might have to take a couple of them off if it comes to it, as things are looking very dominant. If we can get a second goal, it would make things so much more comfortable for us and mean that we can kind of, relax a bit and change some boys around. But it comes forward here. Kiergaard looks out to Pedersen, who plays a first-time ball through to Antiste. It doesn't quite make it there as Collins clears now for Mallorca. We will get on to the end of that one, though, as Maicon Fernando comes driving forward with the ball. Finds De Catelaire into Kiergaard, into Barnes, whose right-footed effort just goes wide of the post. It's a decent effort, that one. Got a yard, took it inside and hit it, but wasn't quite good enough to get on goal for that one. With an hour gone, things are still looking good. They've still only had that one shot, which they had in the first half, which wasn't on target. We just got to try and make sure we make the most of this. We've got 3 XG. This is kind of ridiculous. Holman Pedersen into De Catelaire. He looks back to Pedersen again. Inside to De Catelaire. Can he get a shot away maybe, or is he going to look for the pass? He does find Kiergaard, who shoots. It's saved by Pastor. And it's a good football again. It's good football. We're getting that yard away from every defender, constantly getting that space to get the shot away. Ball comes in from the corner. It's a decent corner in the middle, but no one's there to head it towards goal or at least compete for it. But I mean, we're so dominant. This is ridiculous. 27 shots, 12 on target, and we've only scored 1 goal. What is this? But I mean, hell of a formation if this is working. I have no idea how I've come up with this, because as you know, I don't know how to do actual formations in Football Manager. I just press buttons and hope for the best. So we've got to see how that goes. But long ball forward, which is dealt with by Mantle, who receives it as we look to play short as Wrench comes inside. He looks to Pedersen, inside to Antwat, who looks for that 1-2 with Pedersen. He's going to look to take on his man, I'm sure. He fires that ball across, near post. And there it is, Janis Antiste with the goal at the near post, bundles it in. Finally, we get a second of the game to really make things comfortable. And I think at that point, we will look to make a couple of changes here. We'll take off Harvey Barnes, pop on Lamar on that left-hand side. Montgomery can come in the middle. He can play for Kiergaard, who's been very good today. And then Malaysia, I think we might, in fact, take the assister there, Pedersen off, and chuck him on the right-hand side. So mix it up a little bit. Hopefully it won't completely mess us over, But I mean, we're so solid. We're so dominant. I can't imagine it will do too much. I mean, famous last words there, as Correa wins that header. But the changes have been made now. They are in the attacking sense. Defensively, we're still the same, so there shouldn't be too much issue there, especially as those going forward aren't kind of defend from the front sort of thing. But I say that as the ball gets played through to Manu Vallejo, it's a great challenge initially, and again to win that. That's two challenges that needed to be made to stop him from scoring. Still prevents him from getting a shot away with their only one shot of the whole game. But Vallejo is coming forward, drives it a long, long way forward, and then looks to play it back to kind of reset things. Look at all those players in and around there. Finds Wrench, who's inside. He looks over the top to Vallejo, who threw on goal. It's a great save by Pastor. Can Lamar get there? He does. Thomas Lamar with his first goal of the season. And there you go. I mean, it's good. We're creating stuff now. The keeper's made a good save initially, and we were able to poke it in at that far foot post with Lamar slotting away there. But yeah, great stuff. Wrench with a fantastic ball through to Vallejo, who's run on through there, and then Thomas Lamar gets to that rebound and just pokes it home. Great stuff. 15 minutes to go, and we are looking super dominant. And I'm feeling more and more confident that this could be our season. You never know. You never know. I mean, look at this. I don't think Mallorca is exactly going to be very high in the table, so it probably isn't the best. But looking at who we've played in pre-season, it's still competitive stuff. We've got a lot of yellow cards. That's probably the only thing I'm a little concerned about. Because if all our players get suspensions at the same time, that's not good. It's another goal. There you go. Janis Antiste with the header. Vallejo with the delivery after the ball out wide to him. Brilliantly done. A lovely left-footed cross. And we have Antiste able to get on the end of it just before the 90-minute mark with a few minutes to go. Michael Fernando with a lovely ball out wide. Brought down brilliantly. And he's a free man at the back stick just to head home for 4-0. As the time ticks away now, that is going to be it, I think. They did have a second shot, but our 5xG, I think, probably sums it up. 41 shots in the end for us and 17 on target. So we're certainly having a go, that's for sure. But with that, I think that's a pretty good performance. We've obviously got to try and get into the Europa Conference League, which I think we will do. I think we've got enough quality to do that. I think we could win it even if we continue the process as we're going. I'm not sure it really would have made a difference if you say the penalty was harsh or not. Doesn't matter. We absolutely dominated. But there you go. We'll leave it there. A nice short one today. Not too much of a episode really, with only a couple of transfers, but a fantastic formation change, which so far looks very promising. Hopefully that is something that we can continue with. And we'll see. We'll be able to come back and note down where we will be in the future. Because certainly we've obviously got a cup competition at some point in there, which we'll have to take a look at. But with that said, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, I will catch you in the next one.